We're in Kendallville, I almost forgot, Indiana today on the Griddle More Tour, having a fun time. And we are gonna make the famous Pasta Toddellini. So I invented the recipe, but of course the famous Blackstone Betty, shout out to you, came up with a super cool name. So hi Betty, thank you so much. Come on here to the griddle. So Pasta Toddellini. I usually start out with some type of a chicken. I like to use the Tyson Grilled and Ready. This store didn't have them, but they had the John Souls Food oven roasted chicken. It's real simple. As I've cooked in these Walmart parking lots over the years, I learned to take shortcuts cooking for a crowd. And so we're just gonna start out with some of the oven roasted chicken down here like so. We'll get some olive oil on here. A lot of people ask what kind of olive oil I'm using. I mean, it's nothing special. I'm using the this particular kind today. I've been using this on tour this year almost exclusively, so take that for what it's worth. I like it. So starting with the oven roasted chicken, and if you want to, you come in here and get closer. Yeah. And another oven roasted chicken. So oven roasted chicken, olive oil, and of course, what am I missing, folks? Garlic. But how much garlic? All of it. Wait a minute. You know what I haven't done this weekend, guys? I haven't recited my famous garlic poem. Did you hear it? Are you wanting it? Are you craving it? All right, let's go out there, Chris. I'll come back to you in a second. All right, so long before I knew I'd become a parking lot griddler, back in Indiana, Pennsylvania in college about 30 years ago, I was working at a fitness center. Who's keeping track? But I think it was either fall of 91 or spring of 92. And I was working at this no problem, I got it right here, thank you. That's just the tent blowing away. Show our muscle over here. Look at this. Quick flex. Look at this. You talk about the hey, do you know where there's a veterinarian? Because these pythons are sick. Anyways, where am I getting at? So I was working at this fitness center, and I was bragging to this lady that I worked with, this girl, that I was quite a poet. I said, you know, I'm quite a poet. And she was like, okay. And a couple days later, she came into work, and she said, you know, I remember you talking about being a poet. And she said, I have a roommate that really likes garlic. In fact, would you write a poem for her about garlic? Because I want to frame this little garlic thing and put it in the kitchen for her. So about 30 years ago, Christy, 30 years ago, I wrote the following words. I had no idea that one day, I had never even heard of a Walmart 30 years ago, right? Who was it that said that garlic is good? Was it a friend or a teacher or someone in Hollywood? For garlic, it heals us. Its powers are anything but small. So don't make fun of it, Wilford Brimley. It lowers cholesterol. It looks like Wilford Brimley's younger brother. Sorry, that just ruined the poem. So the next time you're hungry, try something quick and fast, because the taste of garlic on your breath will always last. Yes, come on. Sorry. So if the griddle thing falls through, I'm going back to poetry. All right, so garlic and chicken. Cooking a huge batch. This is going to be 10, 12 pounds of food today. So you're probably going to see me using a little more oil than you would at home. Don't be alarmed. I mean, that's 5 pounds of chicken right there. So you'll see me go down with a lot of olive oil. And the last time we posted this recipe, I don't think I had all the right ingredients with me that day. I was forgetting a few things, folks. So let's go with some, there we go, some sea salt. And this should be the more updated version of what we actually put in this recipe. So chicken, garlic, and olive oil. And then over here, the Rana brand pastas. I love the signature tortellinis. My favorite, spinach and cheese or prosciutto and cheese. They've got like 6 versions at Walmart. And sometimes you don't find them all. Thank you, by the way. Look at this guy on the front lines right there. Thank you. But I'm gonna mix them together. We're going, what do you think if I mixed prosciutto and cheese with spinach and cheese?
Go for it.
Yes. Well, let's do it. So here, you wanna use these kind of, you try to use fresh pasta, folks. By the way, it's gonna be gummy and you throw it on, it's gonna be hot, it's gonna stick to the griddle top. These are wonderful. You get them in Walmart, sort of between the deli and the produce section, and they're refrigerated. So they're chilled out and they're not gonna stick to the griddle. Once they combine with the oil, it's just amazing, and they cook so nice. So I definitely recommend these. Cost a few more bucks than what you might want to spend if you're cooking it fresh, but they just cook on the griddle so much better. So we have the tortellini tortellonis, and the chicken and the garlic. Gonna mix everything together straight up. Straight up. Now tell me, come on, remember that? Paul Abdul? You gonna do it? Straight up now, tell me. Come on! Tell me. I know, earlier I was singing heavy metal, now I'm singing Paul Abdul. You're like, will you please leave town? The colors already looking pretty darn good, folks, so they don't take long at all. You want to get them nice and crispy. You'll see me come back and put some more oil in there. There's my oil. I keep forgetting my oil. A little more oil in there. I'm just a big black pepper guy. It's a personal thing. You don't have to use black pepper. I tend to put black pepper in a lot of my savory dishes, so a little black pepper on there today. Nothing wrong with that. If you don't like black pepper, you don't need to put black pepper on there. How are you looking, Chris?
Looking good.
By the way, folks, we have Cowboy Chris behind the camera, and Chris actually told me, hopefully you can hear me over the generators, that the Pasta Toddellini is his favorite dish so far this year, so it's Cowboy Chris approved.
Definitely is.
All right, come in close there, Chris. Now we're going down with some tomatoes. So I say tomato. He says tomato. We'll get you to say that close up later. Some cherry tomato. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's an ugly looking tomato. That's not fit for the people of Kendallville. Maybe Auburn, but. So tomatoes. And oh, it's gonna be good. Spinach. What? Has this guy lost his mind? No, I haven't. Are you guys griddlers? Nice. Welcome. Mix that spinach up with the tomato. Who likes spinach? You like spinach? Remember Popeye? Oh, he loves spinach, man. He really did. Remember Popeye? You're too young. You're too young for Popeye.
I know him.
You know Popeye.
We go way back.
Oh, so look at the colors, folks. Now you can add a lot of different things to this. Online, since I came up with this recipe, I see a lot of people adding stuff. They're adding squash, zucchini. So, I mean, the world is your oyster. You can really add anything you want to it. Look good on camera? How's it look? Oh, man. Whoa, watch out. Tortellini down. Up next, of course, we're going to go in with the mazzetta. Don't forget the mazzetta roasted red bell pepper. So they're going in next. Don't forget to let me do that. We'll be putting those in there next. I think the last time we made this one, I couldn't find tomatoes. I couldn't find cherry tomatoes that day in the store. So we found everything we want today. So you can see temperature-wise, super windy day. I'm like 3/4 of the way up. I do have wind guards on. You know, I can turn up or turn down as necessary. So it's hard to tell you where to keep the temperature. I don't know what kind of griddle you have. I don't know if you have a 1-burner 17-inch or a 4-burner Pro Series 36. So you're gonna have to kind of figure that out for yourself. We're cooking to visual sight, so we're looking in there. We're seeing, okay, that's some great caramelization on the food, but we don't want to completely burn this and make it ugly, so we're gonna move things around, turn them up or move them off the griddle as necessary. So next, go down with the roasted red bell pepper, which hopefully I can open. Yeah! Should we try behind the back, Chris?
I think so.
You ready for this? Oh man, you ready? There we go. Roasted red bell pepper. Woo. Oh, those are cold. No, I'm kidding. I didn't get any down my back.
I did.
You got a little? I'm sorry. You all right? She felt the essence of that out there. Hey, you're in the spit zone.
I am.
Good. I spilled out the right direction. So roasted red bell pepper, and I just leave the sauce in there. You know, those are marinated in like a mixture of olive oil, I think probably balsamic vinegar or something like that. So, I mean, the colors are wonderful. It's a lot of pasta, so I might go down with a little more salt toward the end. Okay, a little more salt. Let's see what else we need. Let's get things ready to serve this up. Now, by the way, folks, we're doing this real time. So you get an idea just how easy it is to make this recipe. A lot of people make griddling out to be so much more harder than it is. It's really simple, and that's how I could even do it, because it really is simple. Anybody can griddle. we'll go out like that. Next, we're gonna go with basil. So, Chris, we have fresh basil. You know, you get it in a number of different forms in the store. This one is just the leaf on the end of the stem. So you can just, it's pre-washed, you can just pluck it out, okay? We'll just dump it down here on top and we'll mix this up real quick at the end. So I put the fresh herbs in towards the end. The more the better for me. You know, some people will put basil in their food and then pull it out. Oh, I don't. I leave the leaves in there. So if you guys don't want to eat the whole leaf, you don't have to. But I do. My goodness. I mean, I like basil. It's just like garlic. In fact, I could write a poem about it. What do you think? Not you. I'm going to commission you to write the basil poem for me. So work on that, and we'll talk about it later. All right, here we go. Hold on. So there's our fresh basil. And give me a second to gently wipe the sweat from my brow. Ah, sorry. Next, Blackstone's loaded Italian sear and serve. It is wonderful. So this was modeled loosely after the famous Speedy, S-P-I-E-D-E, chicken marinade up in upstate New York. And it's a little bit different than your average Italian dressing. So don't think Italian dressing tastes a little bit different than that. And here we go. Just put that down there on the griddle top towards the end. Okay. Give it a quick mix, and we're going to pull it straight off the griddle. Now, I haven't done this yet, but as I've been cooking this over the last 5 weeks or so, I keep thinking that this recipe might be really good to chill and serve cold as well. So there's another option for you. So let's move this over here, and we'll start serving it up straight over here into our serving platter. And can you tuck that down for me? It keeps blowing up. There we go. Spinach at the end. Oh my goodness. A little cheese. Parmesan. You can do Asiago, whatever you want. Here, come in. Let's do a little Parmesan in there. It's very windy today, so if you notice, again, we have our friends holding the tent down out there. We're kind of wrapping it up here today. Like, I always forget about doing recipes in the heat of the day or when, you know, the big crowds are here. So now that it's winding down, we can kind of think again and start to make some, maybe a fun video once in a while. People have been asking for this recipe, and I want to make sure that you can all see it. Has anybody made the Pasta Toddellini yet? One person. Mike, okay, we got to get your reaction later. Tell us how you did it, or what you like to add to it. Okay, so there's the pasta. Oh, those they look good enough to eat, don't they?
They do.
All right, so here we go. We'll put a little more cheese on top, friends. Okay, a little Parmesan. Again, you can do any kind of dry Italian cheese on this. And then I'll go ahead with the rest of the loaded Italian just because it's pretty. I can shake it on top. Look at that. Look at those extra herbs. Can you see that? Oh my, in fact, as you're doing that, Chris, hold on, keep going. I'll get my phone out because I always forget. And we'll try to get a still shot of it. Then we'll show everyone what it looks like. All right, let's see. Yikes! Extreme close-up. All right, here, we'll show you what it looks like. Grab this is a really hot pan next to the griddle, so I always keep a cold one with me, then I can kind of lift this up and slide it in so I don't burn my hand. That's super hot pan. And that's kind of what it looks like there. So that's the Pasta Toddellini there. Michael, what do you think? Look all right? Now, how did you do yours? What did you do?
I just did it on a stove and a cast iron stove.
Okay, what did you put in yours? Like, with the same kind of pasta or something different? Okay.
Same pasta.
Did you add any different veggies or anything?
No, I just orange bell pepper.
Okay.
That's about it. That's all I had on hand.
Turned out okay? Did you guys have it?
Yeah.
Did he trust you with it? No?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, okay. Whoa, you're keeping it to yourself? All right, Pasta Toddellini. How's it look? If you caught us earlier, I was doing the live rendition of my garlic poem, and I commissioned this young man to write a poem about basil. So Scott Price from Indian Lake, Ohio, and he has composed this poem. Yeah, a little grease on there. So here's how it goes. Basil comes in many varieties, but great basil is the one for me. You can cook with basil in many dishes, but the best is the Toddellini. So there it is. That's the updated pasta or chicken Toddellini back here in my hotel room. It was a super busy day. Did a live video tonight with Chris at the trailer, and there you go. So tomorrow we're going to be here in Auburn, Indiana, and then heading out to Pennsylvania. So thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time, I'm saying praise the Lord and pass the Pasta Toddellini.